See here, this is okay. This is what we implemented in the last class. See here, okay. So we are getting some data from external system. Okay, how we are going to take the data here by using HTTPS adapter. It will come to the CPI here. Okay, we are not doing any validations, filtrations here. If required, you can do it. Then the data we are posting into the FTP server. This is what we implemented in the previous class here. Correct? Let's go different way here. See here, this is sitting in the one network, correct? This is CPI sitting in the different data centers. This is the cloud applications here. These cloud applications will deploy into the different regions, different data centers, correct? Now, okay, it means that, okay, so while exchanging the data between these cloud applications, which is sitting in the different regions, different networks here, you need to think about security also here. Otherwise, okay, what will happen here? If you exchange some data from here to here or from here to here, the hackers may have the corresponding content, correct? So it means that always you need to think about security here. Always you need to think about security here. So there are two types of securities you need to provide here. So one is transport level security between this system to this system or this system to this system like this. The second one is message level security. Message level security indicates whatever content you are getting from the source system, right? Sometimes you need to encrypt the data, sometimes you need to decrypt the data, right? See here, okay, so for example, if I get a readable format file here, I'm getting one content here, right? Before coming to our CPI, the hackers may hack in between that, correct? Now, before sending to our CPI, first I'm going to encrypt here itself. The encrypted data will come to our CPI, correct? See, that way we need to talk about security part here. That way we need to think about security part here. See here, first we'll talk about message level security. We'll talk about message level security here. That is called as a payload level security. It's a very important, guys. Payload level security. So it may be anything here. It may be pass through or doesn't matter here. So while exchanging the data between one system to another system, right? One application to another application. Okay, so always we need to think about security part here, right? What security we are talking now? There are two types of securities here. One is the transport level security. The second one is the message level security that we need to capture here. The second one is the message level security here. See here, message level, it is also called as a payload level security here, right? So write down message level security here. Right, the first one is the message level security. Message level security. It is also called as a payload level security here. Payload level security here. So if you want to provide the message level security or payload level security, so we need to use some, okay, so what we need to use here? So we need to use some encryption and decryption here. How we are going to put the message level security here? By using encryption and decryption here. By using encryption and decryption here. See here, okay, you need to use this one here. Message level security here. You need to concentrate on, guys, this one. This is very important again here. Message level security here. See here, okay, if you want to provide the message level security, okay, sometimes you need to encrypt the data. You need to encrypt here, okay, you need to use encryption algorithms here. Encryption part here. The first one is the encryption, guys. The first one is the encryption. So the second one is, okay, again, we need to use decryption concept also you need to use, guys. Again, we need to use decryption here. So if you are not getting, please ask me multiple times, but it's very important here, right? Okay, we need to do the encryption and decryption here. What do you mean by encryption? What do you mean by encryption here? Encryption is nothing but it converts readable format into the non-readable format. That is ASCII format, right? So it will convert into the readable format into ciphertext format here. It is nothing but indirectly it's called as a non-readable format here. non-readable format here. For example, let's take this one here. Let's take this one here. Let's take this one here. Let's take what do you mean by encryption, that we'll see. Let's see here. I'm going to take some text file. I'm going to take one text file here. See here. I'm going to take one text file here. Let's take one text file here. See here, this is my data here. This is a readable format, correct? If someone open this document, they can identify what is there, correct? It is a readable format here. It is a readable format. Do you agree with me, guys? This is the readable format here. Anyone can read this content. Okay, if anyone hack also this content, they can read it, they can identify what is there in this file, correct? See here. Okay, now what I'll do is I'm going to take this file here. See here, this is the readable format here. This is the readable format here. This is readable format here. Anyone can read this content. Now I'm going to encrypt it. Encrypt it here. See here, if you encrypt it here, it will convert into the, see here, this is the encrypted format here. This is the ciphertext format here. If someone hacks this one, they cannot identify, they cannot read it, what it is exactly, correct? See, that's what I told you. Encryption is nothing but readable to non-readable format. So it converts human readable format into, okay, that is ciphertext format or non-readable format. Words. That is called as a encryption. That is called as a encryption here. Right. So next one is the, sometimes you need to do the decryption also here. Decryption is nothing but non-readable format into readable format. Non-readable format into the readable format here. So how we are going to take it here? See here, this is my non-readable format here. I'm going to decrypt it. See here, I'm going to, this is my encrypted content. I'm going to decrypt it here. If you click on decrypt here, see here, it will show you the corresponding actual content again here. See here, this is called as a readable format again. Am I correct? So it means that while exchanging the data between one system to another system, one application to another application, always we need to think about security, right? There are two types of securities here. One is the transport level security. The second one is the message level security. Transport level security will discuss, okay, using certificates here. Whereas message levels, while doing message level security, message is nothing but payload, actual content, right? So for that content, you need to provide the security here. If you want to provide the security here, sometimes you need to do the encryption, sometimes you need to do the decryption also here. What do you mean by encryption here? Encryption is nothing but readable to non-readable format. So readable to, that is, okay, ciphertext format here. Whereas decryption is nothing but non-readable format into, that is ciphertext or, okay, cryptography. Okay, so that, okay, so ciphertext format into the readable format. Clear? So how we are going to do the encryption and decryption, guys, here? How we are going to do the encryption and decryption, right? So here we can do that encryption and decryption by using TCP keys, guys. You need to remember this, right? Okay, how we are going to do this here, this encryption and decryption here, by using TCP keys here. Pretty good privacy keys concept here. We have a keys concept here. We have a keys concept here. What is the keys name here? TCP keys here. Pretty good privacy keys. Are we good? See here, if you go to the keys here, okay, now we have a two keys here always. One is the public key, one is the private key, like that you need to identify here. See, the first one is we have two types of keys here. So one is the public key. See, this is the public key here. You need to remember this, guys. This is very, very important here. Public key. The second one is the private key, like that you can see here. The second one is the private key, like that you can see here. Public as well as private key here. See, this is the private key. It is also called as a secret key. It is also called as a secret key here. It is also called as a secret key. Again, I am repeating, guys. It's very, very, very important. You need to concentrate. Okay, so I'll ask multiple questions here. You need to give a spontaneous answer so that I'll think that okay, you are getting. Otherwise, no use for you guys. Right? Okay, how we are going to do this encryption and decryption here? By using keys here. What keys we are going to use here? PGP keys here. Right? We have two types of keys here. One is the public key. The second one is the private key. What is the use of this public key here? Public key is it for only encryption purpose. Public key is it for only encryption purpose here. Public key is it for only encryption purpose. That you need to remember here. What is the use of this public key here? When we go for this public key here, only encryption purpose here. You need to remember this one here. Encryption purpose here. So what is the use of this public key here? Encryption purpose here. So what is the use of this private key here? Decryption purpose here. If you want to decrypt that content here, we are going to use this decryption, this private key concept here, or it is also called as a secret key here. See here, this is used for only decryption purpose here. It means that if you want to convert non-readable into the readable format, which key we need to use? Okay, that is private key or secret key you need to use. If you want to convert readable into the non-readable format, which key we need to use? Public key.
Public.
Right? So that part you need to remember here. See here, always you need to remember these things here. You need to remember these things here. Right? Now, while exchanging the data, you need to apply the same case here. You need to apply the same case. Am I correct, guys? Once you are clear with this requirement, we can implement these things in the CPA level within 5 minutes. That's all. If you are not good with this theory, then you cannot implement. Even the real time also, if you go to the real time also, you get a lot of confusions. It is a bit tricky part. Are we good up to here?
Sir.
Public key you can say to anyone. This is public. That's all. Secret key is nothing but only particular people only can access. Correct? We cannot provide secret key to the anyone. Like your lockers. In your home you have a locker. Locker keys will you able to provide to anyone? That is secret. Correct? See, a public means you can share to that key anyone, whereas private key means okay, so no one will say that their key is to the anyone. Correct? That is secret. You need to remember this logic here. Public key you can share to anyone, whereas private key don't share to anyone. That is only specific people only, not for all. Correct? Based on this, I'll give a small diagram to understand better here. To understand better. Any questions here up to here?
No, sir, this is good.
Okay, let's go ahead with one diagram here then. Let's go to the. I'll take a small diagram, guys, to understand better. Let's take a small diagram here. Let's take this diagram here. Assume that, okay, this is my bank network here. This is the bank here. Sender system is the bank. Bank level, you will get a sensitive information, correct? Sensitive data, you will get it here. Bank delete. Bank transactions are sensitive transactions. Am I correct? Now, see here, this is the bank network here. Up to here, it is a bank network. See here, this is the up to here, it is a bank network here. Correct? Up to here, it is a bank network. This is the bank, okay, network here. So this is the bank network here. This is the organization one. I'm going to put this is the my organization like this here. This is my organization one here. Correct? Organization one here. Organization one. Right? See here, what is the name of this organization here? Bank. See here, this some is bank here. Wells Fargo Bank, for example. Correct? Wells Fargo is the one bank. Right? This is the bank here. Like that, I'll put it here. Now next one is it is CPA here. Next one is we have a CPA system here. Let's go to the CPA. Next one is see here. Next one is this is our CPA system here. See here, this is our CPA system here. Okay, so our system here. It is sitting in the different network again. Correct? This is our CPA system here. This is our CPA system. Am I correct? See here, this is our CPA system here. This is our tenant. Our tenant is nothing but CPA tenant here. Correct? You need to understand, guys. If you are not getting, you can ask me. That's fine. But you need to, okay, if you are not getting, you need to raise your questions. Right? This is my CPA tenant here. This is my CPA tenant like this here. See here, what is the flow here? Bank to CPA. Bank to CPA. To communicate with the bank, assume that we are going to use some adapter. Some X or Y adapter. It may be FTP adapter, it may be SFTP, it may be REST, doesn't matter, correct? Depends on our bank, we are going to use one adapter here. We are going to use one adapter. Right? So here we are going to use one adapter here. Here we are going to select one adapter here, correct? This is our CPA only will select one adapter to communicate with that system. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Here we are going to select one adapter here. In the CPA itself here. To communicate with this bank. To communicate with the bank here. Now, see here, what will happen? The bank system, okay, whenever the transactions happen in the bank, it will create the data file here. It will create one file. File contains some content. See here, it is a plain text format. It is a readable format, correct? Plain text is nothing but readable format. If you send the same readable format into our CPI, in between that, the hackers may hack that content. Am I correct? Right? So now what we'll do here, the bank people, before sending to the CPI, what they will do, they will encrypt it. They will encrypt it. They will lock that content using some keys here. See here, they are encrypting here. See here, they are encrypting here. They are encrypting here. See here, they are encrypting here. See here, they are encrypting here. How they are encrypting that we need to identify now. How they are encrypting here. See here, to encrypt it here, what key required here?
Public.
Public key.
Public.
This public key that it is decided here. See here, public is nothing but recipient public key they are using here. Recipient is nothing but who is the recipient here?
CPA.
CPI.
So it means that, okay, using our public key, using our tenant, okay, our CPA public key, they are encrypting here. See here, this public and private key both are pairs, guys. If someone encrypt that specific public key, the corresponding private key we need to use to decrypt it. Otherwise, it won't work. Correct? Both are key pairs here. Both are key pairs. Now see here it is encrypted here. It means that see if you are going here which side we are using this adapter here, sender side, correct? If you are going to sender side adapter, some XRY adapter, or if you want to extend the data between to our CPI, if you want to provide the security, so what key you need to provide to the bank here? You need to provide your public key. So it means that as a CPI consultant, you need to generate the two keys. One key you need to provide to the bank. Which key you need to provide here? Private key or public key?
Public key.
Public key.
Public key you need to provide. Correct? So
Yes,
using the public key, they can encrypt here. See here it is locked now. It is a ciphertext format now. It is a ciphertext format now. Clear? See here it is a ciphertext format here. It is locked here. It is encrypted. That encrypted content it will reach to the our CPA here using our adapter here. See here once it reached here. Okay, now what you need to do here? You need to decrypt it again. Because you need to do some validations, filtrations as per your requirement, correct? Within the CPA system level. Once it reaches to the CPA, you need to do it, correct? Now you need to decrypt it here. How we are going to decrypt it here? Which key we need to use here? Decryption means what key we require here? Private key.
Private key.
Whose
Secret
private key it is?
Sender's private.
Our CPA.
CPI secret.
So then it will convert into the plain text format here. Again, it will convert into the plain text format. That okay. The validation, then we'll okay. So here, then we'll post into the different application. Correct? So it means that okay. So if you are dealing with any inbound scenarios, it means that okay, non-SAP to our CPA system, it is in for CPA. Correct? If you are dealing with any inbound scenarios, as a CPA consultant, you need to generate the two keys. You need to generate the two keys here. What okay? What are the two keys you need to generate it here? One is the public key and private key. How we are going to generate that next we'll see. So one key, which one key you need to provide to the bank here? Which key you need to provide to the bank? Our public key.
Public key.
Okay, using our public key, the bank people they will encrypt the content. That encrypted content in our CPA system. Okay, so what they will do? We are going to use our secret key. The related key we have here. The related secret key we have here. Correct? So using our secret key, we are going to decrypt that content. Okay, good on this.
Sir.
Even the receiver also.
No. Sir.
Yes.
Sir, if there is a receiver from CPA tenant again,
Yeah, that we'll see. We'll discuss that part also. First, okay, are we good with this one?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Will you able to write it? Okay, so here, okay, in case theory part here,
Yeah.
correct? You will be able to write it because if you go to the interviews, assume that we have a inbound scenarios, right? So if you want to provide the message level security, who will generate the keys? Okay, so what key you required from the bank? What key you are going to generate? Which key you are going to provide to the bank? If you want to encrypt, whose key required like that, they may ask you, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, is there any document for you, sir, regarding CPI?
Regarding this one. No, you are talking about, okay, so only this specific topic. Uma,
Total, sir.
total CPA document, CPA.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can get it help.sap.com or you can get it a book also. CPA book. If you read that one again,
Hello, sir.
you get a lot of confusions there. You
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, is there any possibility bank can encrypt with their private key and they will provide to CPA their public key? Is
That
there
is signing part they will do like that. Signing part we have. One more signing and verification, one more security. That part also I'll discuss. Okay, as of now, we are talking about only that encryption part now. The signing and verification we'll see again. Okay, they may put a signature again. That signature you need to validate. First, we are talking first method.
Sir, I have doubt about previous class. Can I?
Yeah, we'll go ahead with the last then. In that case, okay, people will confuse again.
Sure.
Are we good this one, this diagram, or any questions?
Sir, how we know this private keys belongs to this public key?
Whenever you generate the keys, right, it will generate the two keys, right? There is a key ID backend level.
Okay.
There is a correlation in backend. Okay, once you generate the keys, we can see the correlation part.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Let's put some content here, correct? Let's write down here. In case of inbound here, right? In case of inbound here, inbound flows. Inbound flows is nothing but what? Inbound flows is nothing but what here? From
Non-SAP to SAP.
from so
From
SAP,
source to CPI.
sorry, non-SAP to source to CPI, correct? The source system is anything here, right? Assume that mostly non-SAP. Assume that our source system to you can put to SAP CPI, correct? This with respect to the CPI, we are talking whether it is inbound or outbound, not with respect to the SAP, correct? Now, see here first, as a CPI consultant, maybe you can write it. Okay, so as a CPI consultant, we need to generate the two keys here. We need to generate a two keys. Right? What are the two keys here? Public and private key. Public and private keys. How to generate these keys, that we see next. It is applicable for PO also, guys. PO level we have a SFTP adapter. Correct? Next one. So one key, that public key, we need to provide to the public key. We need to provide to whom here? Source team.
Source system.
Okay, using our public key, what they will do here?
Encryption.
Our public key, they can encrypt the data. They can encrypt the data. Encrypt before sending to the CPI, correct?
Yes, sir.
Before sending to CPI system. Right? Once the encrypted reach to the CPI, once the encrypted content reach to CPI system, correct? Then using our own private key, we can decrypt it, correct?
Yes, sir.
You need to remember this at least. It's a bit confusion, I know, but still, okay, if anyone is not getting, please ask me multiple times. Because if you go to the projects also, if you have this type of requirements, okay, in a manager, your manager or your client, your business team will ask you, this is the requirement what we have in the current interface, what you required from my end, from the business, from the bank end, what you required, or what you are going to provide to the bank, this requirement like that they may ask you. Don't share your secret keys. Don't ask their secret key. Always sharing part is only public keys only, not secret keys.
It's, the real-time task, keys must be
That will see how to generate the keys first. We'll work with the basis R.
Yes. He only generates.
That will see. I'll tell you that part. Once we are clear with this requirement, all the things, right? Then how to generate it, how to use in the CPA level, how to do the end-to-end execution, that part also we'll see.
Sir, is it mandatory that text should be, I mean, data should be plain, or any other format can also be encrypted and
Correct.
decrypted?
Any other, even though it is XML also, that's fine.
Okay.
Next, okay, now this is the first case here. Next, write down outbound case here. In case of outbound flows is nothing but CPA to again bank applications or some non-SAP sensitive based applications, correct? Next, write down. Let's take the same diagram, guys. I'm going to take the same diagram. Now I don't want to explain, you need to tell me what needs to be done here, correct? I'm going to copy the same thing here. That's fine. Let's see here, this is my CPA tenant here. This is our network, correct? This is our network here. What is that here? Sender is the CPA tenant now. Sender is the CPA tenant. See here, this is my CPA tenant here. Right? Whereas receiver is this is my receiver system here. This is the bank system here. For example, let's take this is the bank here. This is the bank system here. Wells Fargo Bank, for example. So here we are going to the one adapter here. Here, which adapter we are going to use here to communicate? This is the receiver adapter here, correct? Here I'm going to the one adapter here. Right, so this is my organization one here. This is my organization. This is my, it is sitting in the different data region, different data centers, correct? This is the cloud, because this will manage with some vendors. It may be GCP, it may be AWS, it may be SAP, some extra Alibaba or something here, correct? This is the, okay, so application one, this is our CPA tenant, like that you can see here. So this is my organization, this is sitting in the one more network here, right? Now, you need to tell me what needs to be done here, right? See here, before sending to the bank, you need to encrypt from our end.
Yes.
If you want to encrypt it, what key we required?
Public key.
Whose key required?
Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo key required, like that. So again, okay, so once you encrypt it here, it will go to the corresponding bank. So bank level, what they will do here? They will decrypt it. How they will decrypt it here?
They will decrypt with their private.
Their private key. They won't share their secret key to the our system, right? That's what using their own private key. They have their own private key, the related private key, they have it. They will use that private key, they can decrypt it. Are we good on this, guys? Now you need to write down your own now. Here first, before going to the corresponding this one, we are going to encrypt it first. Encrypt. How we are going to encrypt it here? See here, this is the encryption part. This is the encryption part. How we are going to encrypt it here? By using the corresponding recipient public key here. Recipient is nothing but Wells Fargo public key. So once it is encrypted, it will lock it. It It will lock it here. That encrypted content will go to the bank using this adapter, correct? So once it reaches the encrypted content to the bank, okay, what they will do here, they will use their own secret key. This is their own secret key. Okay, using their own secret key, they can decrypt that content, it will convert into the plain text format. Then they will upload the data into their bank system, correct? Now you need to write down the same way here. How I given the same thing you need to write down, guys. Hope you will write it. In case of outbound flows, what needs to be done, that we need to, that is CPA 10 into CPA 10 into target applications here. You need to write down here. It is applicable for PO also, SAP PO also, guys. Whoever is searching for, okay, so jobs with PIPO, it is very, very important for SFTP level. People may ask you questions. Instead of CPI, we'll use the corresponding PO, that's all. Correct? But the concept is same. You need to write down the theory your own now.
Yes, sir, writing.
Excuse me, sir. In here also, we need to generate two keys, sir.
Sorry?
In this
Yeah, in this flow,
flows also, we need to create two keys, sir.
not from our end. Bank has to create their two keys here, correct? Their end. Bank people has to create two keys, their end. Okay, their public key. Okay, so they need to provide to the our CPA system, CPA team.
Okay.
Using their public key, we are going to encrypt it here, correct?
Yes.
Then, okay, they have their own private key, the related private key also there. They have, correct? Using the, okay, that private key, secret key, they can decrypt it.
Okay. Then
In case of, okay, next, okay, first we discussed, right? One more. Inbound case.
the inbound case I understood, sir.
Inbound case, as a CPA consultant, you need to generate the two keys. One key you need to provide to the bank. What key you need to provide here? Our public key.
Public key will provide.
Yeah, in case of outbound flows, bank has to give generate the two keys from their end. One key they need to provide to the our CPA team. That is what key they will provide. They need to provide here their public key.
Public key, their public key.
Using their own private key, they can decrypt that content. Correct?
Then we need not to generate any keys here.
Any case here. Correct.
Okay. Yes.
So this scenario we can't simulate in our local system, right?
We can implement it. We'll implement it in the CPA. In the demo, we'll try to implement it. It will work. We'll see.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
If no need to do any transformations in CPI level also, we have to first decrypt and again encrypt, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So what is the maximum experience that we can put in CPA, sir?
What is the
Maximum experience that we can put in CPA.
if you want, you can put a 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus also. Yesterday, I see that, okay, so from the Tech Mahindra, almost I received 50 calls. They are looking for only that is 8 years, minimum 8 years experience like that. CPA.
So before 8 years also CPI is there, sir.
Not there. Even the people will ask. Correct?
Yeah, correct.
That is the market, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like because 7 years, 8 years means it is really CPI was. I mean, they
It's in the
might ask.
market for 2019 June.
Yeah, see, that is okay. Kid product only, still it is not stabilized. Even the people will ask 9 years, 10 years, something like that. Because in front of client, they need to tell all these things, correct?
Okay, so real implementations in CPI, maybe we can tell that it started in 19 or something like before 6-7 years, sir.
You can tell it, no problem.
Last one, if you proceeds, they need also not able to complete with the single entity.
Even though they will put a 4 years, 5 years, 6 years in the resume, right?
They have like 9 years of experience.
Correct.
Sir, I have one doubt about the previous class.
We'll go ahead with, okay, so we'll close this. Finally, like,
Okay.
before closing this class, okay, we'll discuss the doubts.
Okay.
Are we good with this one or any questions here? Still any questions here? Next. Let's go to our PPT here. Okay, this is the one level of security what we are talking here. Sometimes what will happen while exchanging the data, they may put a signature in the document, digital signature, right? From the source, they may put a digital signature along with encryption, right? You need to verify in our CPA level. You need to verify in our CPA level whether this valid person sent the document to the CPA or not. You need to verify that signature. That also you need to remember here. That how to implement that signing and the verification part. That is one more security part here. That is one more security here. So that also we need to talk. Also we need to talk. Are you guys are good with this one? First one, okay, one level of security we talked about now, right? That is a direct how we are going to the encryption and decryption. Sometimes while exchanging the data, right? So the people may put a digital signature in the document while sending. So that, okay, so once it reaches to our CPI, we need to validate it whether this valid person sent the document or not. That is for verification, right? How we are going to do the sign and verify? How we are going to do the sign and verify here? Right? So if you want to do the signing part here, if you want to do the signing part here, always we are going to use a secret key. You need to remember this part here. See, here signing part means always we are going to use a secret key, guys. See here, secret key. See here, this secret key is it for sign also here, signing also here. If you want, you can use for signing also. How we are going to verify that document, okay, whether it is valid or not here? By using public key here, by using public key here. See here, next one is the verification also here. Verification, okay, so sign verification, okay, so how we are going to verify here? Using public key. You need to remember this also. One more, okay, level of security I'm talking now. Right? See, it means that indirectly public key used for encryption and verify. Correct? Whereas private key used for signing and decryption. Clear?
Yes.
Do you want me to stop here or okay? So if you have any confusions, I'll stop here. We'll discuss tomorrow. Right? Let's see here. First one. Let's go to the first diagram here. Anyway, we are talking about encryption part here. Now see here, okay, so that is signing here. Okay, before sending to the document, once it is encrypted, they will sign it. How they are going to sign it here? Sign is requirement, what they required here? Public key. Correct? Signing is nothing but private key. Whose private key this one? Private key is nothing but whose private key here?
Sender's private.
Sender private key. Here. The bank private key. They need to provide their private key. They need to use their private key. So once they they sign here using this the source private key, that it will come to our CPI. Okay, how we are going to verify it?
Using bank public.
Using bank public key here. That is the reverse manner. See here. That is the confusion here, right? Because they cannot set their private key to our system. That's what they will do here. Okay, before sending to our CPI, they will sign it using their own private key. That's what I given here. See here, this private key used for signing and decryption. See here, now we are using for what this private key is for signing purpose here. Whose private key we need to use it here to sign it here? We cannot use CPI private key. They can CPI team they cannot provide their private key to the bank here. Correct? Always bank has to generate the key. Two keys here. One is the public and private key in this case. Okay, so using their private key, they can sign it. Okay, then they will the corresponding public key they will say to the CPI team. Using that public key, we are going to verify it. Correct? Probably this part we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay, I don't want to confuse you guys. Better, okay, so be just go through this.
So that means there will be 4 keys, sir.
See here, if you want to put a 2 level of security, you need to use multiple keys, correct?
Yeah. Okay. Sir. Got
See here, you need to work with your business. What type of level security they are using here? They are using only that encryption and decryption, or also they want signing and verification. If they want both, always we require multiple keys. Or they require only signing and verification. They don't want this encryption and decryption here. Then in that case, you need to decide what keys we require from the bank, what key you need to provide, what is your flow, that everything you need to capture. Based on that, you need to get the details, correct?
Sir, in PA also there is signing and verification.
Correct. Yeah, we have.
PO.
PO also we have, right?
Okay, sir.
And this encryption and decryption keys we can't use it for sign in and verify purpose.
That is a different sign. This encryption is nothing but just it is used to convert readable into the non-readable cybertext format. I think you missed first 10 minutes.
No, I understood that, but we can't use it for same keys for verification.
No, we cannot use the same keys because it is a opposite way, right?
Right.
Okay, so for now, just you need to remember up to here, guys. Only that is encryption and decryption part you need to remember. Then we'll talk about the signing and verification. Okay, the same way we need to write down here.
Sir,
Yes.
is there any case of pass-throughs from our side without creating any keys? A receiver will create 2 keys. One of them will send to sender. Public will send to sender. Can we be idle? Is there any possibility for this case?
So it means that your scenario is this one. Okay, this is your receiver, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now from here to here you are looking, correct?
No, sir. From REST API to FTP.
Okay.
Can we be in middle idle like it is like pass through FTP server? FTP guys will create 2 keys and public key will directly share to REST API. Just if we wanted to maintain only interface.
No, see, okay, we are talking about from here to here, correct? First, This one, okay, so only, okay, this FTP doesn't matter about this system, correct? Only this FTP bother about this system. Because this STP directly not connecting with FTP, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, always we need to think about these two. It means that if FTP server to provide two keys, okay, so if FTP generate two keys, one key they need to provide to the CPI team here. Their public key.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good. Try to go through this theory part, guys. What we discussed now, if possible, try to write down the notes, what you understood, guys. It would be great for you. Thank you, guys, for today then.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, I have recorded something.